When America was founded, suffrage was only granted to white property-owning males. The women's rights movement evolved with the progressive movement. The suffrage movement for women in the United States gained prominence with the first women's rights convention in the world, the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848. The convention was organized by Lucretia Mott and Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Women's right to vote continued to gain prominence as an issue through the national and local efforts of both the NAWSA and the NWP. The labor shortage caused by World War I that allowed women to move into roles traditionally held by men also made it increasingly difficult for opponents to argue that women were unworthy of the vote on the grounds of physical and mental inferiority. The 19th Amendment was ratified on August 18, 1920, guaranteeing all American women the right to vote.
Nearly 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, African Americans in southern states still suffered from various forms of oppression and segregation, including race-inspired violence. Jim Crow laws at the local and state levels barred them from classrooms and bathrooms, from theaters and train cars, from juries and legislators. In 1954, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the separate but equal doctrine that formed the basis for state-sanctioned discrimination, drawing national and international attention to African Americans' plight.
In the turbulent decade and a half that followed, civil rights activists used nonviolent protests and civil disobedience to bring about change, and the federal government made a legislative headway with initiatives such as the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Many leaders from within the African American community and beyond rose to prominence during the Civil Rights era, including Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Andrew Goodman, and others. They risked and sometimes lost their lives in the name of freedom and equality.
For me, who